we're live. I just thought I'd jump on because I haven't been uploading videos lately. And I thought it was a good time to say hello. So, I don't mind. There must be roses. I should probably drop in soon. And it should be cool. So I thought I'd start by apologising for not uploading any content lately. Just been absolutely flat out with work and fabricating something for Year 10 mechanical systems type kids. Hello, Greg. How are you? Judd, how you going? Rob, how are you today? And Sasquatch, how you doing? You must be from Canada, are you, Sasquatch? Life's good, barking good. You must be from Australia. And Pat, it's lovely to see you here. Just thought I'd drop on to say hello. John Parnas, the man, is here. Did you end up liking the colour I made for that engine? I meant to ask you. I mixed up my own colour for the Fords on the XC. From sunny Blackpool. It must be sunnier than today here. What was the weather like in Blackpool today? Because here it was just dreary and crap. We're 2 weeks out of winter. Oh, you like the colour, John? I didn't know. I thought I might have got it wrong because you didn't say anything. Hello. Peter Scott, sorry. John, how are you today? 40, went 40. Good day, Pete. Good to see the XC getting some attention. It's getting lots of attention. Adrian, nice haircut. Yes, it's a shocker, but I'm getting accused now of having a midlife crisis. How are you from wet England? Well, you're pretty good, and we're in wet Melbourne right now. So XC, haven't done anything more. I've got to wet sand the boot and put the trims on and finish off the back end. John from Old School Auto in Campbellfield still got the seat belts, or his guy is rewebbing the front seat belts. Then I can sort of paint the trims and stick them on the interior. Interior's not finished, although I'm not sure what to do with the console. I've got to get a lid for it, but the conversion kits for the Ford Auto consoles to the manual, I think, are just top loaders, because the shifter's right over to left and back, and mine's a single row, so it almost fits in the auto hole anyway. Where are we going? Harvey Bay in Queensland. Good day, Steve. Good to see you. Hello, Phil. How you going? Tango Baldy. Haven't seen your name before, but how you going? Good day, Pete, mate. Nice to see you this evening. Looking schmick in the winter clothing. This is I call it my uniform. It's just basically sweats, truckies, and wind cheater. And it's always nice because quite often, like I fell asleep after work today, jumped on the couch and straight out like a light. I got a toothache. I've got to get a wisdom tooth out, and it hurts. So it's not much fun. So in the spring, it's full steam ahead with the XC. I'm really happy about that. Not sure what to do over the winter, although I can get parts ready over the winter, get the headlights silvered. I still can't get that guy, Alan, someone, to resilver the headlights. I can't raise him on the phone. Hope all as well as can be. Anderson haircut at the moment. Longest I've had it. It used to be longer when I was younger. G'day, what do you know? 2/5, I don't know much at all. Tango Baldy. Peter, thank you so much for shouting out Nathan Heaver in your last video. Really enjoyed some of his stuff. Nathan Heaver. Are you talking about Graham at Keep Going? But I meant to ask you, Peter, what do you do for oil zinc plating? I use Warner's Metro in Power Road in Bayswater. They are the cheapest that I've come across and the best in terms of quality, whether it be gold or silver plating. I never hydroblast. Some zinc platers will ask that you hydroblast fasteners parts before you take them in, and they don't. They just dip it. So oily parts, you clean some of it up. Obviously, you don't give them just handfuls of grease, but you clean it up a bit and you get them back looking brand new. And if they're oily, the metal underneath it means the metal underneath is rusty, and it's all good. Good morning for me. Pete from Canada. G'day, mate. Where in Canada are you? Are you in Alberta, Saskatchewan, British Columbia? Whereabouts are you? Alex, wisdom tooth removal. Yeah, got the first head mine. All for, and I still can recall the time my local one known as Deakin Hospital or something like that in my area. This is just a straight pull. I've had the other 3 out. This is one that was remaining, and a bit of it's broken off, and the dentist said it's not even worth fixing it because I don't use it. There's nothing above it because the other tooth's gone. And it's actually grown up, but it bloody hurts. Nathan Heaver. Oh, geez, I'm having trouble remembering. It's just having a mental block. Sigma's crap. I've got to repaint it because I painted over. I rushed it to get it. The video's finished, and I should have taken off some of the. I should have taken off the paint that was under it because it's just peeled in some places, and it's just well, it's bad. Put it that way. The rest of it's good though. The rest of it's really good. That's just the main part. British Columbia, BC. Okay, so near Vancouver. Is that British Columbia? Yeah. Maybe over the winter you could help us understand electrical wiring and looms. Maybe your radio resto. That wouldn't be a bad idea. A radio resto. Maybe the one in the Plymouth. That's got tubes in it. I've got to learn. I think I could recap it. It's got those wax capacitors and they're bound to be knackered. So I'll just see how that works. But I need to do it. Yes, Hillbilly, your test is working. So motorbikes haven't done anything more with. MG I've been looking at a little bit, and I've just been making this thing for work, and it's a hello Carmen, how are you? 5 hours Vancouver, 5 hours from Vancouver, sorry, in the Okanagan. I don't know where that is. Don't get rid of the Sigma. Sorry, I still miss my G. Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of it. I won't get rid of anything, but you know the problem. I want to do something else. I'm getting itchy feet. Normally, when I'm about to finish something, how's your teaching going? Hard, but I had year 9s all day today, and last period was a bit of a messy class, but otherwise it's all good. Steak and eggs, yeah, I do. Love steak and eggs. What was I saying? Yeah, so what I've done is I've had to make, so the year 10 kids, small engine's the subject, right? And it's a small Honda horizontal shaft engine. Honda gave us 14 of them on the condition we didn't sell them for educational purposes. And we get the kids to pull them down, measure up, put new gaskets and all this sort of stuff in, rebuild them, get them going. But that doesn't fit bit curriculum. So what I've decided to do is, oh, here comes Ivy. Don't come in here. What I've decided to do is make the engine do work. Yeah. So I've made up a frame, if you like, and the motor sits on it, an alternator sits there, a car battery sits there, and you work out that you can flick a switch between rest voltage and charge rate, and you can actually use it to generate power, and that fits the curriculum beautifully. But what it also fits is the year 11 unit 1 curriculum to a T. So that's what I've been building. What do you want, Ivy? Your girlfriend asked what I teach. So product design, which is your wood, all your materials stuff, and systems engineering are the 2 main ones I teach. There's other pastoral care types and stuff like that too. My dad is unsure whether or not he should build or sell his Mark 1 Transit. What's your opinion? Build it, because those things are rare now, really rare. They're the most sought after car from England for robberies and holdups. Ford built them so a bit of 8x4 flooring could get out of it. Could sit on the bed of the floor, and all the robbers and thieves used to use them as getaway cars. They were very popular for that, but they're so rare now. Is it a V4 one? Is it a 2.5 litre V4 or something? Please finish the bikes before you start another project. Yes. And the bikes don't need much. 2 of them I can finish off in a heartbeat, like the Suzuki 250 and the CB 354 are pretty well finished anyway. The 750 needs some money. Oh, you're right, though. I've got to do that. You can always pop in for a cup of tea over winter. I reckon that'd be good. I'd like to know how, yeah. I need to ask you a couple of things, John. I don't want to talk about it here because they're confidential. I remember when Geordie gave your channel a big shout out 2 years ago on a live stream and decided to subscribe. I haven't been on your channel since. Cartman22, are you from work? I got a hunch you're a kid from Eve in one of my classes. Yes, Top Gear said they were used in 80% of bank robberies. I would do it up. I would so do that thing. Mark 1 Transit's a rare as rocking horse poo now, and I tell you what, I haven't seen one here for years. More likely to see one in England, their native country, but you used to see them here when I was a kid. When I was little, I remember them, but I haven't seen one for such a long time. Went to Tech High with automotive from year 8. Teach them well, man. Will do. Trying to. Fitting in with new curriculum. We used to have an auto class 10 years ago, more, 15, I don't know when it was. And I went and got an old Holden 1 ton of frame out of a paddock in Pakenham and brought it in, and there were snails on it, there was moss on it, there was dirt on it, there was rust on it. Yeah, the rust wasn't bad though, it was only surface rust. And I brought it in, dragged it onto the floor in there, and I said to the kids, who thinks we'll be driving this around the quadrangle by the end of the year? No one agreed. And basically we did. We put a Holden 6 in it, we put EA Falcon seats in it, we put a floor in, and it was just like a going car. It had all the electricals, the indicators, everything going. It was a full running car, but it didn't have a body. We went to Morty at College, which is funny because the school, not this Tim Watson stuff. No thanks, mate. Don't want to talk about that. I don't think it's necessary. And Peter Anderson's mum, no, we're not doing this tonight. Yeah, Ozpost, they did. They used a lot of them too. One back of my AirFi Windsor seems to be running lean. Both oxy sensors are pretty new, and the Hego fuse is not blown. Any ideas? Injectors? Have the injectors been cleaned? I'm not interested in trolls tonight, so go away. Not interested. Yeah, don't talk about Tim. He's a guy in my work, and I don't want to talk about him. Oh, gee, looks like the NBN in Eastern Suburbs is up to old tricks. You can't see me? Is it going funny, is it? Is it fluent? I can't tell from here. For my new view of coffee, from my view of coffee, well, International Roast is not one of them. They reckon International Roast was made out of the scrapings and sweepings and the other coffee factories, but I can drink it. I don't mind. Yeah, the injectors. That's what I reckon it might be. No, if that regular trial comes back, I know who one of them is. And he went silent for a long time, and that's good. I actually saw him today. I'll tell you what, the weather's been crap in the last couple of days. Yes, it certainly has. Today was pretty woeful, and I wanted to come home and do welding, and I couldn't because it was raining. I've got to come and do it outside. And I've got to apologise for my messy room. Someone commented last time that my decor is rubbish, and they're quite right. So yeah, lots to do, lots to finish, and as soon as I'm finished this stand of work, I won't film much of it. People don't seem to be too breaking up. Oh, is that? Oh, there. Get lost, mate. We're not having this. You're not wrecking my night again. What footy team? I don't really follow the AFL. I used to be a Saints sort of supporter. These trolls. Oh, the trolls are back. Let's just ignore them. They're idiots. Mechanical appreciation is going away. Keep it up. Thanks for the quick tail. No, that's all right. And you're right. People with mechanical aptitude are getting thinner on the ground. But not just that. Most of the new cars are now they're sort of more about electronic diagnosis than anything else. I'm currently building an XX as well. What's that? An XC? I need a moderator. Yeah. Look at these. Look at these guys. Come on, guys. Go away, please. That is just not fair. Anyway, let's just ignore them. Hello, Peter with Phil. G'day, Phil. How you going? It's buffering again, is it? There's not much for it. Yeah. The decor, yeah. I've got loads of stuff in here, and I haven't even really cleaned up, and I need to. I really do need to clean up in here. I've got the rest of the house looking good. When Mum went into care, it was really, really difficult to, keep everything tidy because most of her stuff was here, and it was just difficult. G'day, Beno. How you going? Beanie, I should say. So yeah, not much else really. Just getting by. I think Rosie's on the way. Hello, Rosie. I'm getting trolled, but we're just deleting them as we get them. So just ignore them. This is Rosie. This is my youngest daughter. Love the old Fords. Yeah, I want to get another one. Actually, I want to get an LJ Toronto. Sigma Turbo, yeah. I'm not. Look at this. This is
Wait,
dickheads.
hold on. What is it? What does it say?
Don't even say it. They're just morons.
Uh-uh.
I'll lean on that guy tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, or at least I know who one of them is. So I'm going to get him tomorrow. Apparently, the Saints are playing Geelong tomorrow. Speaking of which, to be honest, Peter, it's mostly gambling on sports nowadays. Probably. Look at this. I'm going to fry this kid. I am so going to fry him. Hi, Rosie. Mel said hi.
Hi.
Jade Riley, she has good taste in music. I wondered what that was. Yeah. I was looking at it tonight when we went to see my mother, and look at this. And
No, they're just dorks.
oh, they're just kids having a bit of fun. It's when I find out, and I'm going to ring. There's one parent I'm going to ring about this, and there was a kid at Mordialloc that was involved too, who's friends with this kid at Ringwood, and that's cool. Saw a Hillman Hunter the other day. I haven't seen one of those for a long time. Yeah, the trials are kids, but they're not from mine. A couple of them aren't from my school. They're just kids being gimps, basically. So.
At least come up with something.
Rose, you're a good kid. I think you're awesome. Take interest in your dad's work. She needs to take more interest in her father's work. For John, keep on playing. Bugger the trolls. Let's talk about something you like. Oh, Deckard from Ireland is here, trying to do up a 1981 WB Ute. Have you got a WB Ute in Ireland? Wow. What do I teach? I teach product design, which is basically your woodwork stuff, systems engineering, and stuff like that. Love your stuff. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Declan. Declan's a good name. We've got a couple of kids at work called Declan. So out of that number there, 33% of them are trolls. I would think. I don't know. I remember she had a good go at spraying a panel, and she will do it. You know what she said to me tonight? We went to visit my mother in the Starley, the green one, and she goes, "Yeah, you didn't include me enough in this." She actually wants to build a Starley.
Yeah.
A blue one like the one we had. She wants
Yeah.
a blue one. But what car? I don't want to put her in a Starley. I just don't think they're safe enough.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. You're my kid. You're my youngest
Yeah,
kid.
but I wonder
Do it.
how to build it because I didn't do enough last time because you just kind of like did it overnight.
I was
Like,
more
you
than
just-
over. Well, I did videos.
No, but
Let's
you
build
just-
a car and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but you just suddenly did it, and then it was like, okay, you just have to get it on the road, and it's like,
The trolls. I know who one of them is. That's the thing. I went straight up to him, and he went bright red and denied it. I thought, yeah, he did. And so I'll just get on the phone to his mum tomorrow because he's got friends at Mordialloc. Who's winning tomorrow? Night at the footy, do you reckon? Dunno. I haven't really followed it in a long time. Do you live near Ringwood Square? Yes, I do. I think I saw you at Coles buying condoms and trying to get them in. Oh, here we go, another one. Oh, you're a funny bugger, aren't you? Why don't you nick off? Hi, Peter and Rose. Any advice for YouTubers starting out? Yeah, do something with a purpose. Make sure you do something with a purpose and people will tune in. I don't know, what sorts of things interest you? Escort 2-litre, yeah, they get really expensive. VW Beetle, great first car. The Saints, Mr. Gab 250 wants the Saints to win. Haircut, not yet. Get accused of having a midlife crisis at work now.
yeah, it looks like it.
Does it?
Nah, I mean, just
Oh, Morris Major Elite. Gibbo! John! John's dad is the guy I started mechanicking from, or for. And so you can thank him for me doing this stuff because his dad instilled a lot of interest in me. I started out, no, I wasn't an apprentice there, but the first car we worked on was a a Nissan diesel, and it was a piece of, well, it wasn't very good. And then a VB Commodore with an automatic transmission in. I thought most first-year apprentices were doing sandwiches at that stage and picking up food for mechanics, but I was straight in the deep end. I want a Tirana, Gibbo. Where do I get a Tirana? How's it going? Yes, good. Oh, can't say his name, can I? Go Cats. Got a Geelong supporter here. Keep length. Hi, Peter. I live near Coles also. Yeah, I'm just up the road. When's XA? Okay, so what I've got to do, XA Coop guy, he's busy as hell. And he is, all right, so there's a couple of things. I don't really know what he's doing in terms of he's fixing the guards, but I've got to do a Holden grey motor for him. My engine reconditioner is flat out for about 6 months. He's picked up a gig, and I can't remember what he's doing. So I might actually, John Parnas's mate, John Mallier, he's the president of the Wolseley Car Club, and his son's got a machine shop, so I might go and visit him. And I've got to do, so I'm hoping I can make 2 engines out of all the crap he's giving me, but I don't know. It sounds pretty bad. So, but I don't know. I think he was talking about coming down here with the guards and dropping all that stuff off, but he's since been talking about, what is it? Sticking the engine stuff on a pallet and sending it through Ego. I don't know what he's doing, but whatever the case, that would be a good winter project. And and then I've got the guards back for the XC. As soon as they come here, I'll put them on the car just to keep them safe. I don't want them lying around. And then, yeah, I've got to just see then how long the Holden 6s last. But in the spring, I want to get back to the XC. I want it finished. I want to get it on the road in the spring. How many cars? I don't know, about 8 or 9, I think. There's a 2 4-cylinders Tirana on Facebook Marketplace. Ew. I haven't got any money though. I wonder if they'd donate them to me or sell them to me for a few $100. That'd be cool. Rosie's been hitting me for a horse. I've been listening to some good music lately, Peter, mate. And yep, mostly oldies. Oh, hang on, it's moving. Oh, the band, the Crew Cuts. I don't know them. Do you reckon a modern turbo diesel would make good enough engine conversion into some little old car? People do it. Pistol 85's got a turbo diesel going into a HK Monaro. Do you see many FD series Vauxhall Victors? Haven't seen one in years. The Ford or Coke bottle style. I think another one. The ones I like are the PA. What are they called? Vauxhall PA. I can't remember what they're called. The PA and PB. The PA kind of looked like a 57 Chevy, but it was small. Had like a 2.6 litre 6 in it. Cresta. There was a Cresta and another one. Let's get rid of you. You're an idiot. Just stupid.
Yeah.
How's the Bluebird? Much left to do. That's a nice old car. The Bluebird just needs the front end re-bushing, and yeah, it can go in forever. The DPF in modern diesels is a real problem. I'm building an XW on my channel. Oh, but I think I need some constructive criticism. Welding it's moving I do for work. Well, yours will be welded beautifully. Hello, Dr. Zed. How are you going? Mighty complete with the guards. I'm looking forward to it. I need the front. The headlights resilvered. You want a Tirana? Yep. Maybe sell the house. You might have some change left over. What, from the Tirana? That's exactly right. I want an LC or an LJ. A two-door would be great. How good are your accents? Give me. God, come on, mate. What the hell? He built an engine in his kitchen. When he finished it, he couldn't get it out of the door. That's the sort of thing I would have done. I built a 351 at my mum's house on the back doorstep. Gibbo, you remember that. Bloke across the road has an LJ Tirana 6-cylinder just sitting in his yard rusting away. Can he please throw it this way? Velox, yes. Velox and Cresta. What are you doing, Pigo? Ton of rust and no acceleration, Tirana. Yeah, but they look good. LCs and LJs have a beautiful line from the C-pillar that runs under the door, under the windows, and then right down the bonnet. It's just this beautiful sweeping line. They're a crappy car to drive. They're terrible. The steering column's offset. They go in the corner like a bag of assholes. They're just not very nice. But, geez, I like looking at them. Hello, Rosie. Pat you down on the head. I think Rosie should get 75% of the donations for this stream. She can have 100%. She nothing donated. And then if something does get donated, we'll what do you call it? Renegotiate. G'day from Western Australia. How are you, buddy? You going well? You want any old car? Yes, there's a guy that's got a channel and he's going around looking at stuff and there's this pristine looking XB. I thought, wow. Rosie needs an AU. She wouldn't buy an AU, I don't think. Get some kale, he'll scream.
Oh yeah, he'll go nuts.
I do like LHs and LXs. I'd sooner an LCLJ, but LH is. But I'm seeing them now. LH Tirana or LX, can't remember. 253 4-door. I think it was an SLR, 135 grand on Just Cars, and I just thought you have to be dreaming. I don't think they're worth that. 135 grand, really? I think Just Cars is a pretty unrealistic set of prices. I think they'd be settling for 33% under what they're asking. I'm not sure, but I'm sure I'm not paying that, and I haven't got that sort of money anyway. Have you heard of the sport in New Zealand where they kick rabbits through the soccer goals? No, I haven't. XU1 just went for 300 grand. Oh my god! I don't want XU1 though. Even in a GDR would be good, but any LJ or LC. Send any Scorpions or Sigmas of the records. Those sorts of things turn up on Facebook Marketplace. Scorpions and eBay. Scorpions are always cheaper though. I don't know why. They're a two-door thing, and they just don't seem to be popular. Prices of cars, yeah, they are, and they've got to. Yeah, COVID tax. I reckon they're going to crash. They have to crash. They can't keep going the way they are. They're getting like bloody houses. And the other thing is we don't want them getting too high because the bloody government will tax them, and we don't want that. We don't want profits of old cars being taxed. So anything on a club plate, for example, no thank you, no thank you. That's a cute pig, Rosie. Hope the carrot's all down. You give him
Kale, yeah.
Kale. So here's the pig.
Monroe.
His name's Monroe. He actually jumped out of his cage into Rosie's arms. She put her hands near.
Monroe.
His name's Monroe. He actually jumped out of his cage into Rosie's arms. She put her hands near the door, and he just ran onto her hands. He's very domesticated, this guy. Oh, what's wrong? I had guinea pigs as a kid, but mine were crap. Well, they weren't crap. They weren't like this one. This one was sort of this guy was handled a lot when he was it's a bit me. Was handled a lot when he was a baby. He's looking for food though. Look at this. Watch this. But he bit me.
Oh yeah, he'll do that.
He's not going to piss, is he?
No, it's fine because you can just.
Don't worry. That's a cute pig. What do we got? XYU. Ask the mechanic for a book on how to fix gearboxes, but he only has manuals. Well, it's a sport, and they all. Oh, I can't even read this. Wish you had attention as cool as me. You haven't seen me in class. They probably hate me. That's why they're trolling me, the bastards. Yeah. An update? Yeah, I gave an update before. Tax luxury. Yeah. I reckon they're going to tax us, the buggers. Yeah, kids are. Tracy Smith likes your shirt.
Thanks.
Bunch of old trucks for sale in Bargain, New South Wales. 40s and 50s trucks, about 10 to 15 of them. If anyone's interested, the ad is on Facebook. Thank you. There's a GJ or GK wagon with a 2.6 a pick apart that might have some useful bits for you, Pete. Thank you very much. I've sort of abandoned the Sigma. It stays there and looks sad. I've got to finish it. Well, I've got to sort of revisit it and do stuff. I've been following the CB750 build, but I want to get it running, but don't have the carburetor, just the engine. Can I get any carburetor as long as it's the right size? The earlier ones would be better. Don't get the ones like mine. They're awful. I haven't got tea here, so if he pees, is he going to pee?
No, he's too distracted.
Is that dog outside?
Yeah.
JJ Wagon had a 2.6 Astron. Went like the clubs on AFCOS. That can go. That's all right. That's cool. Went to the doctor's the other day. Is this going to be a joke? He said, I only have 2 minutes to live. I said, what can I do? Boil an egg. Do you get it?
Oh, yeah. The time frame.
Oh. What's that? What do you set the point to the 350C? 19,000. 19,000 is pretty much 20,000. Yeah, you could do, I suppose. I always go a bit narrower than that, about 15. But that's not to say I'm right. I might be wrong. I just do. I haven't even read a book on those. I just do them. He's a happy little fella. He is very happy. Come here. Well, he's still chewing. Well, and he's a boy. Sorry. Guinea porn. That is guinea porn.
That is not G-rated.
Guinea pig has better hair than me. He's actually a really cool pig. We watch TV and he walks up onto your thing, comes right to your face. Have a Honda like yours. Remind me when you got the Tech and Speedo on again. Where I did the Tech and Speedo myself. Are you talking about the Suzuki? Harvey did that up, a friend of mine. But I did the Honda ones. Oh, I got £5. Yorkshire Tea Fund. We need more York. That means you get £2.50.
No, I get all of it.
No, we said we renegotiate if anyone. I got £5. Thank you so much, Ian.
Thank you.
£5 is like $100 nowadays. Our dollar's rubbish. Well, it's not really. It's probably about 12, 11 or so, but that's cool. Well, make some merch. I know, I've got to do merch, and someone designed a nice design for a shirt for me too. And I haven't done any merch. I've been lazy. I'm actually worried about tax because I have to pay tax on everything I earn, and it adds on top of what I earn as a teacher, and I end up paying a fortune. Do people actually use points these days? No, but I've got them on the XC because I've got to get a distributor. But it'll get me going, get me through roadworthy, and all good. Do I like rotaries? I love them, but I don't know much about them. I like them when they're quieter, actually. I don't like the noise when they're really, like, flat out. 5 litres V85 next XEF the other day, sorry. Do you reckon it'll have done any damage? No, it shouldn't have. Well, hang on. I don't know, because apparently E85 is very bad for, I don't know enough about it, carburetted cars with rubbers and hoses and stuff, but I don't think it would have done damage. That's pretty unlucky. Liam, how are you? How's the teaching? Is it as full on as mine? I had to have a nap after work sometimes now. I had to get a panel for my FG. Went to 3 Records, couldn't find one, but discovered Osrec, and they had a panel, perfect color. It was only 125, and they're very helpful. That's actually quite rare for some of the records. I find Pick-a-Putt great, but there's one around the corner that I don't find so great. Yes, the XC, and thank you so much for the parts you donated, Liam. Liam donated, he's a fellow teacher from Queensland, and he donated some knobs and stuff for the dashboard, like new old stock ones they look like, and also the hub for the steering wheel, which shows up how bad the wheel actually is. Not how bad, but how shabby. It just doesn't look nearly as good. That's my hair tie. You can't have that.
Yeah,
I can't believe we've got a pig on it. Look at him going. He's just rancid for food.
Yeah,
He stinks for it. When the fancy electronics fail, your best. Yeah, I have. In the XW and the MG, they both have electronic ignitions. I carry a set of points. I have. In the XW and the MG, they both have electronic ignitions. I carry a set of points because the electronic ignitions just fit straight onto the advance plate. And so you can just put points there and you're good to go. You leave them. Rosaries and buzz boxes. What's your complete car ownership history? 4 LJs. I had Biggs's Monaro for a small time. I've had 3 XCs and had a bunch of Mercs too. I've had 3 Mercedes-Benz, 4 Mercedes-Benz actually. Jollies, yeah, I like Jollies, but I always go to Pick-a-Putt first. Pick-a-Putt just seem to be more realistic with the price of parts. They're similar, but Jollies charge for nuts and bolts and stuff like that too. Pick-a-Putt just don't worry about that, just this and this. I like that, I appreciate it, which is why I keep coming back. Might have been the Suzuki, that's awesome. Maybe I'll give it a go. Yeah, Liam, a big thumbs up for Liam. Yeah, I was reckoning on eBay. I think I might have seen one of the ads, actually. Do you mean your daughter has to pay tax on some merch sales? Yeah, it's good. It's a good skill doing points and setting up carbies. Grant Walker is good at doing points and setting up carbies. Grant Walker is one guy I was highly recommended to. I work not far from you, Pete. Need clever stuff. Come and see me in person. Oh, Grant Walker are good. They actually blister pack. It's like walking into a proper Ford dealer there. I like Osric. I think it's straight from the shelf, no mucking around. Can you buy me a box of AFI Captain's cards and send me 18 wisdom teeth? I'm going to need some teeth and some cards. I think. Hang on, don't run on the keyboard.
Yeah, he'll just
put the guinea pig in the bag. It'll just eat everything.
No, but then the bag will run everywhere.
Yeah, also, he won't get air either. You've got to watch that. I was sending apart in Killside the few years back, but mostly looking for E-Series Falcons. They've probably still got them there, but if you've been turned off, that's not much point going back, I guess. Thank you very much, XP Taz. Watch the pig. He's going to run off. Thanks very much for joining us. Yeah, I remember when Pick Apart was full of VLs, VNs, VPs. I remember seeing a VL Calais. It wasn't that long ago. It used to be full of LC and LJ Toronto two-doors as well. No, I don't normally drink espresso. Richard Graham. Richard's here. He's a friend from the Wolsey Car Club. I've got to find out, actually. I found it on my Big Roads. I can pay my dues. I sent my things off to Graham, got them stamped and signed and always. And I didn't know if I could pay because Vic Road's got a Ringwood store now. But I think that's just for licensing. Hey, delete the account. Hello, Rosie. Carry spare electronic. Yeah. The guinea pig is cute. G'day. How you going? Oh, we've got 101 people watching. Do you believe 101 people actually want to hear some of my crap? We've got dogs everywhere and a guinea pig. Yeah, so it's... I'll share a little bit of what I've been making for school. That seems to garner less interest, but that's what I've been busy with lately, and I have to finish welding it up together, and I'll give it a nice paint job and stick it with some casters that lock on it just so the kids can start their engines and generate a bit of electricity. Yeah, E-Series Falcon stuff hit me up. No, you're not a troll. Good. There were some trolls here before and I got cross. I actually told them to nick off. So a great classic XE wagon today and thought of you. Mr. Seven also loves your guinea pig. It's Rosie. She's got 3 other things. And when you walk past with a bag and do this, you're going to do it? No, he's not hungry now. If you do that past the bedroom, you can hear them all squeak.
They're COVID guinea pigs.
COVID pigs. Do you like the new US car manufacturer called Nick Cars? Never heard of that. Is it a joke? Could find a 5-litre E-Series Falcons, etc. Jollies until a few years back. Now not much. People take the engines out of them. But what they don't realise is if you put a late model engine in an old car, it has to comply with emissions from the year of the engine, if you know what I mean. Or the car, if you put, like if you get a, I don't know, a VE Commodore and you put a 427 big block Chev in it or whatever, it's still going to comply with all the emissions that VE Commodores had to at the year that that car was produced. And so that's why people can't do it. Good day, Terry. Bernie might wonder how hard it would be to run a traditional engine off cooking oil. Weren't they doing that off chip oil? They were doing that with diesels, weren't they? Oh, I'm a good fella. Thanks very much. Oh, I got you watching Joe Kenda.
Oh,
okay.
That's a good show.
Okay, what am I currently watching, Roso? We have been watching, oh, sorry, I'm a mess. We've been watching Hoarders. And I'm not I thought I was a hoarder. Gosh, I'm not a hoarder. Nowhere near. That guinea pig just hit the keyboard.
Oh.
Guinea pig, go away. I haven't got time here. Hang on. Guinea pig. I've never done those parts in FGs. Hello from New Yorkshire. Hello. Love to see you. Lovely to see you. Hang on, I've just lost it.
You got me watching Homicide 100.
Yeah. I did that one. Oh, here we are. Nice surprise to find you online. Thank you very much, David. I like. I don't know what that is. Emos. Straight gets around the problem. Cortina? Less so Cortina. Turn it to run over Cortina. I mean, I wouldn't knock it back. Let's just put it that way. But, you know. I went to Jolly's to get a window winder, and they wanted $17 for it. I found 3 brand new ones on eBay for 24. Yeah, I find them a little bit dear. Well, there's a guy there put me off a bit because I'm really honest when I go up to this counter. If I've taken window clips, if I've taken, fasteners that are for a specific thing, I always put everything on the counter. I don't just leave them in my pocket or anything. And he's going, $10 for those and $5 for those. And it would have almost been cheaper going online. Queen, love Queen. Queen have made a huge comeback too since recently, since that Freddie Mercury film. Well, before that, actually. Their music's a bit timeless. You hear 80s stuff on the radio and you just think, some of it's good and some of it's nice to listen to, but Queen are kind of timeless.
Yeah.
And lately I've been watching heaps of John Lennon, Paul McCartney stuff. I don't know why. I was always a Beatle fan as a kid, but, when you've heard it all. But there's guys that have started channels that have a lot of information. The pig's still here. What are your thoughts on Rover Quintet? Rover Quintet is a Honda. What's it called? They have Rover Quintets we used to work on. Hi, Charlie. You keeping Dad in line? This is Rosie. Rover Quintets are a Honda. I can't remember what sort of Honda they are, but they've got the most light power steering. It's literally one finger. They're lovely little cars, though. We used to do them at White Horse Motors. What are they called? A Honda what? They're not an Accord. It might be an early Accord. I can't remember. As long as time... I'm just concentrating on 2 things. I've got this in the guinea pigs trying to get it. Long time follower, we have a few toys. Oh, an XT Falcon V8. a 58 Cuzzo. Is that a custom line? 69 Mustang. Love how you do things. Thank you very much. He's looking for more food. The bastard's eating a whole lot of kale. What are you doing? He's not done it. Hang on. Only finding what stock. Yeah, that's for something. Hi, from George in Crete. Oh, wow. How are you? Watch your show. Was born in Melbourne. Stay safe. Thank you very much. How is it in Greece at the moment? Honda Accord? It was a Honda Concerto. I can't remember. I thought it was an Accord. I own an 86 Series 1 VL Calais. Had it for nearly 15 years. Always wanted to put a nice 1, 2, or 3 underside or rebuild the RB30. I don't like making decisions. What do you guys think? Most people would probably stay with the RB30. I would. I had a Berliner manual that my brother bought new, and I put all brand new Calais front stuff on it, and also changed the taillights and the sides. It looked like a Calais from the outside. It had HGT arrows on it because it went to Brops. I don't know. You do it the way you want to do it. VL's a good car to keep. If you do put a V8 in it, just keep the RB30 on the side so it's a matching number thing. How long until the guinea pig starts driving your cars? It's halfway there.
Honestly.
Pretty manic guinea pig. There's a guy on YouTube which rebuilt, he's putting an LS in a Tesla. That is funny. That'll piss off all the EV guys.
Yeah, just put them away.
I'm losing track of where I was. Do you watch the Clevo King on YouTube? I haven't. I saw him ages ago. I haven't really watched it though. Rate some of his Cleveland advice. I can't remember. If you said anything that you're doubtful of, just mention what it is and I'll tell you what I think of it. I know a lot about the stock stuff, but some of the mods and some of the cam grinds and stuff I wouldn't know about. Bohemian Rhapsody, yes. One of the most iconic Led Zeppelin songs that performs Bohemian Rhapsody. It is. I remember when it was on the charts. They used to play. It was at the end of Countdown for bloody months almost. See you online. Do you know where Jason Hill is up to? Jason comes and goes. I don't know what he's doing at the moment though. He contacted me about a month ago and asked me if I'd continue with the wiring them. I said, of course, but I haven't heard from him since. Never owned a Ute, no. It was a Honda Quintet, was it? Oh, Rover. Was the Rover called a Quintet? I remember the car. I remember it well. Thank you, Father. Would you ever consider doing a full restore on your XD? No, it's original. except the paint. I painted about 15 years ago, and I put too much paint on. It's got some crow's footing and stuff because it was under a wet cover for a long time. So I'm matching numbers 86 BL Calais Turbo. What do I want for that? 50 grand, probably more. Rich Rebuilds is doing LS into a Tesla. I've got to watch it. Rich Rebuilds. Hang on, just let me change screens. I've got to watch that. I want to say because all the comments would be hate stuff, wouldn't it? Hang on. Who's the client? Jay Leno. Just leave that. I'm going to leave that. He's got 1 million subscribers. Wow. 1.12 million subscribers, 279 videos. That guy's doing well, huh?
I'll be right back.
Hey Neil, how you going? Hang on, I've lost track of where I was. Where was I? Are you getting the XC bumpers reclaimed? I'm going to have to, I think. I know they're expensive to get done, but I think you have to consider how good the rest of the car is. Yes, you're right. Particularly the back one, because it is actually a bit bent. And yeah, look, I can get through roadworthy with that, but I've got a habit. Once they're on the road, I have a habit of leaving them. But I do, yes, it does. The rear one particularly does need to get done. People who put Chev engines into Ford should be arrested. I never knew why they were using small block Chevs over Windsors in the early Ford stuff. I just don't get it because Windsors are lighter. 302 and 289 Windsors are a lot lighter. They're really light. Love your XD, mate. She's sweet. Yes, the 58 is a star model custom line with a 393 Clevo. Jeez, that would shift. Oh, Rover and Honda shared the name. Yeah, I wondered about that because I couldn't place. I knew the Rover Quintet, but I couldn't remember the Honda Quintet. But I knew it was a Honda. Just reliability. Drive your missus around in your car. Yeah, my missus left. I hope she's okay. Good project for students. Make a remote control car for the guinea pigs. The guinea pigs will probably be quicker. They're pretty fast. On your XC, see you have a hydraulic clutch. The rod that comes through the firewall, how is that connected to the pedal? It's got a clevis pin. So it's like a fork, like a prong, if you know what I mean, with a rod going to the master cylinder, and then that goes either side of the pedal, and there's a clevis pin that goes through it. Yeah, it's a bit of a flog. Who are you talking about? Oh, was it a Honda? Do you reckon it was a Honda Integra? I thought it was more a prestige car than a sporty car. Why would you bother? LS in a Tesla, yeah. The LS would the electric would be quicker. I think that's just a way of sticking your fingers up. I don't know. I'm well, thanks, Neil. Was I supposed to call you back? Charlie's here. Hi, Charlie. You closing the door? Can you make me a cup of tea?
No.
Thanks.
Maybe online.
I'm online, so don't say anything stupid.
Hi guys.
That was stupid.
I just had a really long day training apprentices, so thanks.
When you were an apprentice last week?
I'm underqualified. And I just got my certificate.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Show me.
Okay, hold on.
It's on your phone.
Because I got an email, the hard copy will come in a few weeks.
What is it? Is it the same as mine?
Sure.
Oh, my brain.
Oh wow. What about the E?
Yeah, it's okay. And then that will be units that I complete.
Yeah. Don't you get an actual certificate of proficiency?
I don't know.
Oh. It used to be.
Do you want an ice cream?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to eat an ice cream on top of people. Like,
Yeah, but I bought an ice cream.
I'm not a fan of it. Hang on, I can't remember where I was up to. Yeah, he's obviously trolling. 351 wins is a good engine. I've got one of those. I think 289s and 302s are actually a better engine. I might get shot for saying that, but that's just how 302s rev forever. You do them right, they fly those things. I'm considering restoring a couple of old lawnmowers later in the year for something to do. Yeah, do it. I did the low deck Victor cast aluminium ones or cast alloy ones. Rice Rebuilds, Troll, Zellon, yeah. That's what it looks like too. Doing a hydraulic clutch on the T Cortina, yeah. Cortinas was it Escorts. Getting the gearbox out of Escorts was a pig. You have to kind of rotate them and then pull them back. I think on the Pinto, I'm not sure if the Kent engine one was the same. I don't know. A girl. Hello, Charlie. Charlie just left. Hundreds of thousands, too scared. So, yeah. Lots coming up, but I haven't really got anything at the moment. I'm just doing the school stuff. I'll shoot a bit of footage on it, and hopefully that keeps some people interested. And just onto the XC. I don't know in the winter what I'm going to do, though. I think the grey motor. But it depends when it gets here. Has this gone dead? Winter, what I'm going to do, though. I think the grey motor. But it depends when it gets here. Has this gone dead? I'm just getting a note that this is an unstable connection. Is this still working? I'm getting a good complete 66 steel chainsaw from a Chinese kit. I don't know, good. Hang on, what am I doing? Oh. I think you just lost your stripes, buddy. I don't want to know about you because that's not necessary. I don't think that's necessary. I'm getting rid of them. So, yeah, I'm getting rid of some of the trolls. They're coming back now. Oh, I can't see where I'm up to. Yeah, it's working good. If money was no object, what car would you pick up? At the moment, I'd pick up an LJ Toronto. I'd get a GT Falcon because I've just got to have one, but I've never had a GT. But I need to have a GT Falcon, but I want an XA. I'd have an LJ Toronto. I'd buy the local Aussie stuff. I would never buy Italian supercars because I've just never been interested in them. I've liked all, I've liked a lot of American cars too, but not Corvettes. I do like Corvettes, but I wouldn't buy anything like that. I buy a couple of other two-door Mercs. I like those. I just buy stuff I've always liked. My car taste hasn't changed. I liked Galaxies when I was a 13-year-old kid, and I still love them now. And GT Falcons and LJ Torontos and two-door HKTG Monaros. Love them. I would certainly have one of those. I'd buy stuff like that. I'm just not interested in a lot of the cars from overseas. I do like Escorts, the British Escorts. I never was a Sierra kind of guy. And the Capris, like the professionals, I'd have about 4 of those. What are they, Mark 4 Capri? 3? I can't remember. Bodie and Doyle and the professionals used to do burnouts in them and there's hook turns and all sorts of stuff. And they had Cologne and SX motors. I like the Cologne one, the 2.8i. I'd certainly have some of those, but not a lot of exotic stuff. This is the stuff that people drove around in the 70s. That's what I would have. And it's pretty much all. I wouldn't have lead sleds or anything. I've never been interested in those. I would have pre-war Wolseley again. I reckon that was a great car. Some post-war Wolsleys I'd have. I love them. 1885s and stuff like that. Sasquatch, it's working good. Buffering, that's what needed. It's just lagging, sorry. What do I still need for the XC? I need an eyebrow mold, I need drip rail moldings, and the headlights resilvered. That's about all I need. Apparently I'm gay. I'm a lot of things, but I wouldn't be very good at being gay. Australian chargers, yes, I would have a charger. Peace, charger. Do you remember those ads? Have I deleted the gay thing? Hang on. Apparently I'm gay. Do you watch old car? No, I don't watch much YouTube at the moment. I suppose I could ask if I can do videos at the powder coater or electroplater. I've never sort of take the camera out of here. I've always got my phone with me though, I guess. Valiant's fun, yeah. King and Toe Crew, yeah. I'm subscribed to King and Toe Crew, yeah. I'm subscribed to King and Toe Crew. I sent him a message and he responded, which was nice. He had a 19. Oh wait, I'm tipping that's a 1980 Escort 2-litre. They're a nice car. Yeah, 1980. God, I'm still getting gayed. Hang on. I was going to remove some of these gayness. There's another troll in here. Trolls and Muppets. Yeah, well. Yes, I'm very happy. So I guess I'm gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Charlie told me he was gay when he was 12. And I said, don't pigeonhole yourself. Everyone's gay these days. And then he said he was trans. So now I've got Charlie the she. I saw a Galant Mitsubishi for the first time. Oh, have you got a blue lid, John? Do you want to sell it? Do you want to sell it to me? Any ideas for a project once the Plymouth or XC are finished? I'm kind of one of those people that I sort of fly by the seat of my pants. I want a Tirana. I need a Holden. I want one. I like Holden 6s. I'm not really big on the V8 ones, but or a Commodore. That'd be a V8, a VB Commodore or something. I'd love to do something like that. When I was a kid, when we first got the XD, the VB Commodore was the nemesis. But I always liked him. I just never told him on that. I love them. They're great cars. Which school do you work at? I work at one up the road. Hang on, I went to Chadstone High. I left in 1985 degrees. Oh, wow. I'm just at a local high school. Yes, I need a GT Falcon in my life. Thanks, Neil. Gibbo's here too. I want an XA GT, but yeah, I just haven't got a spare 200 grand or whatever they cost. I can have it. Oh, I'll put my email address here. And if you can, I'd love to pay you for it. Hang on. Susie and Peter Anderson at gmail.com. If you can send me an email. Oh, here we go again. Apparently I'm horny now. Believe me, mate. That hasn't happened in a long time. Okay. Get a Kingswood. Kingswood's too big. I don't really want a Kingswood. The more the trolls, the stronger the love. That's exactly right. Keep doing what you're doing, Peter. Love the XC and then Clevo stuff. I've still got another 351 that needs a home. I know it has to go into one of my homes too. I don't want to put it in the XD. I like the XD the way it is. I'd love to put the 202 Meadow I have in something one day, yeah. I'd like a 186, a 173, 202, one of those. 161 as well, but I don't really want a 149. I don't need a 179 unless I had an EH, that'd be good, but I just love old Holdens, but everything's just so dear. The last car I bought, the XC, or the last old car, that was $1,200 for a shell. The XC is 27. I'm up to 26.5 on the XC, and it's almost finished. Can you imagine trying to do that now? You wouldn't have a hope in hell. And people have donated so much stuff to me. That car would be 50 grand to do now. And then if you paid someone to paint it, I mean, I got to say, I've done some crap paint jobs in my life, but the XC actually looks pretty good. To a four-door, I'd have a four-door one. I actually, the only two doors I like are the Holden ones. I'm not big into the Ford hardtops because they're just so difficult to see out of. And they to make them look good, you've got to put a lot of big rubber in. Everyone loves the Ford hardtops, but I was never a big fan of them. But the Holden one's just a smoother shape. It's just a nicer shape, I feel. I don't want to offend anyone, but HKTG Monaro is just one of the nicest looking Aussie cars, I reckon. And the Ford guys, a lot of Ford guys will say that too. They're just beautiful. There's a bloke on YouTube building a UC Tirana and a TA22 Celica with a 2-litre turbo. 2-litre turbo 6 in it. Similar channel of mine. Haven't seen it. No, I'm not putting a 351 in a Cortina. Jesus, these guys. Hang on a second. I wonder if anyone's making me tea. I really feel like tea. Put the 351 in an Escort. You know what would be a problem though? You do that and it's still going to be. You've got all the engineering stuff, and I couldn't be fagged with that. I'd just bolt in something and use it. Yeah. Actually, Andy picked up a Falcon Long Reach, I think, a Ute with a 5-litre. What's that called? It's called something else. And he's got one of those, a Minter. And it's like, you lucky bugger. That'd be a beautiful car. Got an EB Series 2 Daily, an NC 5-litre. That's my project car. Good work. What about an HQ2 door? They're beautiful. Yeah, they're lovely. LE Monaros. I never thought of that. Yeah, they're lovely. I just like the HKTG because it's a cleaner looking car. It's a cleaner line. Chip Foose loves them too. I think he's got one. Well, a couple of them landed in America. But they seem to like the Falcon hardtop after the Mad Max type thing. The Mad Max car to me is just a heap of shit. I don't see the appeal in it because it's just so. I just think they look terrible. Can I say that without people getting pissed off with me? I'm not a Ford guy or a Hold guy. I'm just an old car guy. Do you have any preference, or is it just older cars? I like older cars. I like pretty much everything. Yeah, XG or XH. Electric motor in the start. If you're going to do an electric conversion of start, it'd be great to do it. Yeah, I just don't know enough about it to do it. Apparently, yeah, I'm not going to mention that. That's a terrible thing to say. Get the man a cup of tea. Yeah, I need one. Last of the XS shape was XG, I think. Yeah, I think it was. I lost track of the models. Do you know what I mean? Looking at my TA handbook on the shelf I bought in Paris. Can you come to Danny and see my XCGXL? Show me a photo. Send it to me. I didn't get to pallet it yet. Oh, Darren, sorry. Yes. Darren offered me a 9-inch. That is such. Don't worry, I'm in no hurry because I'm financially strapped at the moment anyway, just to pay for the freight. But that's so kind. A 9-inch rear axle, and you said it was out of an XB. Are all XB ones? I thought all XB ones with disc, or is that just an option because it's a drum one? I don't know. That's so kind. You've got no idea how much I appreciate that. Have a factory manual XE Falcon that could do with the 351. Oh, yeah, good. And mine's date correct. Mine's an 82, the spare one I've got. Yeah, a lot of people do say that XO XB coupes look the business. They do. They really do. But it's just not, I'm just more Holden that way in the hardtops. Mad Max car in the Film Museum in Melbourne. It was fantastic, yeah. And it would be fantastic to see that. But I wouldn't get a Falcon hardtop and turn it into that because it was kind of Mad Max when that came in was kind of post-apocalyptic, and I think I like the cars looking kind of clean and shiny and stock. I don't know. It's just a personal thing. I certainly wouldn't pass judgment on people that love them because everyone does. I'm the only one that doesn't really see them like that. Could you possibly consider making your videos louder, fiddling with the levels? I need to wear the Poznan. Are you Steve? Cheers from us at the Poznan Old Farts Lounge. Poznan. I know that name. I used to work with a guy called Steve Poznan. Are you related to Steve Poznan? He used to work at Ford with me. He's still there, I think. I saw him a few years ago with a work experience kid, and he still had the same sense of humour. We were talking about someone we both used to work with. XH is the same as XF from the firewall back, but the same as EF from the firewall forward. I know. Oh, here we go. Graham's done an excellent job on the front guards. I know. He's actually a legend of a guy. XH was the last one from them. Yeah. I don't know much about him. I thought disc brakes were only on XB. Don't know much about him. I thought disc brakes were only on XB. XC rear if they were V8 cars. No, because the V8s. Okay, so your Fairmont GXLs, Fairlanes, Marquis, LTDs all had discs on the back, but the Falcons didn't. So 302s with disc front, drum rear. This is a 9-inch drum. So it's off a 5.8 car. But I know GTs and XBs are full disc. But I'm not sure whether or not, if you ordered a Falcon 500 K code, whether it would have a disc brake rear end. I don't think it did, and that's probably what it was from. Like a K code Fairmont or Falcon 500, which is your 2-barrel 350, is your 2-barrel 351. I'm tipping that's what it would be from. And that would be just such a great car to have. We need to get you. Yeah, I've got to wear a lapel mic, but the problem is this is my selfishness, right, and my lack of planning. I don't plan anything. I take a camera in the garage, and I might be working on something. I might film a bit of this, and then I turn the thing on and just talk. I don't actually bother with cameras, and I need to because I've had more complaints about that than any other complaint on the channel. Ever fancied an old Senator? Old Holden Senator? Yeah, no, the 90s Holdens I like, but I've never liked them enough to buy one. I would buy a VB to VL though. I've had a VL, but I haven't had a VB, VC, VH, but I'd certainly have one. I love them. Can you fit an XE front on an XH Ute? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the black Interceptor. I think I almost preferred the XA Interceptor they had, which was a 6-cylinder. But I think the hardtop needs to look stock or in a GT or something like that. But I think when they paint a matte black and have a shovel nose front on, I think it kind of ruins it a bit. But that's just me. Build an air raid siren powered by the 351. That would be grouse. I would love that. Yeah, X-Gen, XHV, Tony, I'm not sure. Oh, this kid's just giving me the shit. Go away. Nick off, mate. I've had enough of you. You're just an idiot. XR4, XR5. Thanks, Ian. Thank you very much for coming. It's been lovely talking to you. Twin headlights or square Fairmont? Twin headlights. I prefer them to the square Fairmont ones. Absolutely. So the Falcon GS front on the XC I much prefer, but being a GXL, I didn't have them. Back in the late 90s, my company car was an XH Long Reach Outback, the one with Hydra-Track diff. Goat car in spite of the head bolts always breaking. Yeah, they had that OBK engine, didn't they? That reminds me, I need a slab of BBs. VK Calais, yes, please. I used to clean cars at Holden when the VKs were new. And the Calais were just a dream car. Then when they had a Berliner 5 litres as well. And that was when I bought that XA that Neil remembers, which was it had been covered in paint stripper and the paint was completely knackered on it. But that was actually a GS, I think, option Fairmont, but it was a K-code car. And what I'm doing to kick myself for not restoring that, but I didn't back then. I took all the driveline out and stuck it in a rusty XC, which was just dumb. I love it. VKs are beautiful cars. Yeah, I would have a VK. XT GTs, 32 grand for an XT GT. That's very, very cheap for an XT GT. You keep reporting there for it, yeah. Look, they're just kids trying to have a bit of fun, but they don't understand sometimes they're causing more harm than good. And it's not funny because one of the dickheads put my shouldn't say that, but put my address. They published my address, and I thought that was really mean. VK Berliner ripped out the 202 black and stuck in a 253. Yeah. 202 black wasn't that great. It was good, but it was smogged up. They had a 12-port head. They had a good electronic ignition and all that. VL turbos, yeah, I'd love to do a BT1 car. But, yeah, again, stupid money. Passed up a VK Wagon 308. 4 discs. Hang on, I've lost it. 1,800 bucks. Oh gosh. 2 fluffy 3s make a great noise, but not much else. Yeah, but Peter Brock said about the 253s in the VH group. There was Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. I think the Group 3s were all 5 litres. I'm not sure, but he said the 253s actually responded better to modifications than the 308. The 308 was more powerful because it was bigger, but the 253 actually responded to the modifications better. Poznan is a city in Central Europe. French. Oh, I see. Hey, Graham, how you going? Just enjoying my mate's 10th 86 VK Calais. It was his late father's with 119,000 on the clock. Wow. That 202 black was a good motor, but it was just a bit smogged up, that's all. I think they had steel crank or something in, didn't they? XT didn't sell as much as XRs. I still have an XT, they're beautiful. Mini Moke. Yeah, there's a guy, Bron, one of my kids' father's friends that's into the Moke. He's part of the Moke Club. Anyway, we've been on an hour and 10 minutes. I should probably go and have a cup of tea. These kids are making up channels. Yeah. So there's not much else going on. I just thought it'd be nice to catch up and talk about a couple of things. Yeah, there was a guy on here getting T-boned in a moke. There was a guy, Barry Parsons, had a pregnant girlfriend and they got hit by a drunk driver in an HQ. They both got thrown out of the car. She survived and lost the baby and he died. And we were young then. I mean, they were kids too. They were only 19 or something, those two. Mate of mine had a 253 and a VB Commodore with some sort of Peter Brock heads on it, maybe L34. Went like the powers, yeah. A friend of my brother's had a Commodore SL. Yeah, it had the corduroy seats, VB 253. That was an auto and it went like crazy. Beach buggies, yeah, another car that is hugely expensive. A huge amount of expense on them. And particularly there's one like a Manx bug, I think, that people you'd sacrifice a VW Beetle and use the floor and the back, I think, in the Manx bug. I think it was the Manx bug. Yeah. But all good. All good. I was watching one of Scott's live streams the other day. I didn't get through all of it. Was it 4 hours or something? He did it. It was a long. I don't know how he didn't. I go loopy after talking for a while. You have to sort of be prepared for it. So parent-teacher interviews start at 12 o'clock, finish at 8 o'clock. And so you make sure you have a good lunch, something to eat, all that sort of stuff. And really make sure you're awake, because by the 50th interview, and there was one year I had 53 interviews, by the end I was just, I was so tired. 253 is so great. I worked on just 8308. I knew a guy with a 253 needed nearly 300,000 Ks in it. Did you get the Granada? No, we didn't. Thanks for all your inspirational videos. Have learned heaps and found the motivation to continue bringing a few old Falcons back to life. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Floyd. That's brilliant. That's what it's for. You remember the XA? If we only knew what we know now. Oh my God. And you know what? I don't even remember any rust in that thing. I think of that car all the time. The plate would have said KL, 351 K code with a 4-speed. Oh my God. Had the fin drums on the back. I don't remember any rust, and it was straight. Oh, what was I thinking? Oh, what do you do? What have I missed? Not much. Just been babbling about. I haven't done much on the XC, and I've just done bits and pieces around the place, and also for work. I've been very busy at work. Got to run and get my Porsche. Oh. See you later. Lovely to see you. Till skids. Yeah, the XC is nearly done. Good night, Steve. Take care. What do you get if you cross a shed with a Fiat? Big car that doesn't start. Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? I reckon it'd be cool to put a 265 Hemi in an old FJ. Why don't you? You can get 265 Hemis. They're pretty common to get. Yeah, the cars were sold, but I didn't sell it. I wrecked it. I got it from Nielsen's when I was a car cleaner for $500. 500. They knew it was a bad, but they didn't know what it was. They didn't know it was a 351. As soon as I saw the 9-inch, I thought that's a 351. And at that stage, that's the first I realized that the K codes had orange rocker covers. 302s had red, and everyone thought it was a 302, but K codes had orange, and the 4V1s, of course, were blue. And I just thought, oh, I mean, that thing would be rarer than most XA-GTs. Wouldn't be as valuable as an XA-GT, but it wouldn't be far off, you wouldn't think. The poor BK202, Varijet carby and lots of emission stuff. Hard to tune. Varijets were terrible. The injector one was okay. Yeah, Varijets were terrible carburetors. What do you think about doing up a Scorpion? The only problem with doing a Scorpion up is do the same as my little C. It'd be very easy to overcapitalize with it. So if you're doing, see you later Friday. So if you're doing it for yourself, it's fine. But if you're doing it to sell, like I could sell the XW and all that sort of stuff and make some pretty decent money, even though if you look at the labour cost, I'd be losing money. But the Sigma, if I sold that, I'd take a hit for that. 253, the old thong slapper. Like them. 253s are good. Certainly reliable. The first car I dragged was in your VL 5 litre was my RX-7. My slug was quicker than his slug. Was a VL. Oh, you're in the RX-7. Yeah. VL 5 litres were nothing to write home about in terms of performance. 308s and 304s are very easy to wake up though. So in standard form, they're pretty crappy, but you can wake them up pretty well. Heads and camshafts and that sort of stuff. It's the same as the Fords. The 351 Clevelands in a lot of XCs and XDs were pretty slow, really, comparatively. And you know, you look at the 0 to 100 times in an XD 351 was something like 8.6 seconds. Some people testing them at 8.3. But they're very easy to wake up and make very quick. And the problem is now the times probably wouldn't be all that much better, but the traction was terrible. Where now you've got your electronic stability control and all this. So, you know, if you think about 205 tyres on an XD with a warmed over 351, you're never going to get traction. And so your 0 to 100 or quarter mile times are still going to be affected. So you need to upgrade tyres and all that sort of stuff on them because they don't have the electronics there to protect them from wheel spin and that sort of thing. My father-in-law swapped his John Goss for a Sigma. I bet your father-in-law's spewing now. Yeah, Barrowjet that's been out of the rain. Anything with aluminium parts will just turn to white dust inside. Yeah, it's John Goss cars are worth a lot of money now. Hollands are always more expensive to drive out-wise due to them being AU produced. Yeah, Aussie. The Fords, on the other hand, were cheap as chips. Only if they were Windsors. The Clevelands weren't. Because the Americans stopped building Clevelands at the beginning, I think at the beginning of 1974. It was in 1974. They stopped making them. So the Cleveland was only an American thing for 5 years. Where the Windsor had been around from the early 60s right up to, what, early 2000s or late 90s or something. So parts, hop-up parts for Windsors and Chevy small blocks are just everywhere in the United States, but Clevelands weren't. They were expensive to get to do up. I like the Cleveland because of what it looks like and the way it's set up. I think they're brilliant. I love the fact there's no coolant in the intake manifold. I love the fact they've got canted valves and they've got nice big ports and all that sort of stuff. I like them for those, and they look good. I think they're one of the nicest looking engines, but, you know, how are things? Oh, good day, Harvey. How are you? Yeah, Windsors are probably quite expensive now, though. Yeah. All choked up down emissions. Rip off, then slap on a good breathing exhaust and you're golden. You've got to also match it with the cam and the carburation and all that sort of stuff. I guess it just depends what the vehicle is. VL5 LED had less torque, and less power than an EFI 250 Crossbow. The EFI 250 Crossbows, though, I only drove one or two that I thought were really good. I found them they were torquey, but I found them fairly slow. Am I allowed to say that? Best thing to do with a Barrowjet is melt it down for the alloy. Yeah, I don't like Barrowjets. They're bloody awful things. Yeah, try pricing 318 Chrysler stuff. I love Chrysler stuff. They made some great engines. I'd love to get a set of AFR 165 heads for my 5 litre. They're the ones that say GT40 on them. Oh, hang on a second. So sticking with the GT40Ps, yeah. I thought they were supposed to be the good heads. Clevo sound better than Windsors? Oh, yeah, no. My XW's got a Windsor that has no balance pipe on it. And so it's really like the Galaxy was. My Galaxy, it sounds a bit like my Galaxy. See you, Darren. Take care, and thanks very much for all your help. Yeah, so the balance pipe sort of my XW sounds grouse, particularly under load. It sounds friggin' brilliant, but you can't. It's quite loud, so you can't really hook into it without attracting attention. And I always try to avoid that. Yeah, but Clevo sound good. They do sound good, particularly under full tilt. They sound grouse, actually. I reckon the best sounding Ford V8's the FE, though. They sound magic. Particularly, there's a YouTube video of somebody dyno tuning the Galaxy that's got an FE in it, 390, and it's inside on a rolling road or dyno. And that just sounds brilliant when it comes on song. JD40P is probably the best stock cast iron heads for a Windsor. They came out on stock on AU5 litre, but most alloys out flow them heaps. AFR. Oh, AFR heads. I know what you mean. My brother's got 2 sets. He's got one on his Windsor and he's got a spare set, which is just mental. They're like full racing ones. And they're just too big. I think they're too big for street. Because he was going to do a 427. He's got a dart block there, but he never built it. Balance pipe stops the Kookaburra effect. Oh, okay. I like it without the balance pipe. I like the choppiness of it. My AFI 250XF used to go like stink. Some of them do, actually. Although, I don't know about the AFIs, but we had some carburetted pre-unleaded XFs. I remember one of those that went like stink. And it just had a Borg 135 or 45 or something in it. Oh, the spark plugging. Yeah, I don't know much about them. Moffat said the XW Cleaver was 14 seconds faster a lap of Bathurst than the Windsor. Yeah, well, he would know. He would definitely know because he would have done it. Actually, didn't he win in a phase 2? Was it a phase 2 he won in? Or didn't he? Something went wrong with it. Is that the one? I can't remember. Balance pipe will quiet an engine down. You were told to remove yours for better sound. Yeah, I normally have it tied back. People keep telling me I'm having a midlife crisis. 351 Clevo was 750 double pumper. Sounded amazing, yeah. I've heard F100 sound gross with the Clevo too. It was really deep. I don't know what sort of exhaust it was, but it sounded so much better than anything I've had. Well, it's an hour 20. I reckon I might have to bail. I'll just say thanks very much. I might come back another day fairly soon because I don't have much in the way of content. I paid $400 for recode, completely recode Clevo heads. They're the ones on the XC. And I bought them a long time before. Actually, Susie bought them for me. I was short on cash and she said, I'll buy them for you. And a guy was cleaning his shed out and he was in an engine reconditioner, had all these heads and bits and pieces he was selling off, and there were these heads there. And they were open chamber. That's exactly what I wanted. But I just picked them up for $400. Or Susie bought them for me. She said, it can be your birthday present. I said, you know. And now on the XC now. Yeah, we had a 302 Windsor with Clevo heads. Oh, I wouldn't mind do like a Boss configuration. I live in Croydon and I'm chasing a local trimmer. I need a headliner. She's a 4-speed 351. Wow. I don't know. I've just used Jason for my stuff. But headlining in an XD should be easy to do. You should be able to do that yourself. Thank you very much, Kevin and Aaron. It's wonderful. What have we got? Evening, Peter. Finally, Rico makes the brake calcs after watching your videos. Thank you. Got the parts from New Brakes. Oh, in Ringwood. That's Peter. That's Peter. What's his name? Peter. Oh, I can't remember his name. His surname. I know him quite well. Peter's a great guy. He did a lot of my brake stuff too. Saved me heaps. Thanks for the recommendation. He's a great guy. Peter Wynn. That's his name. When I was a lad, I knew an odd guy put a Cosworth engine in an old Ford Anglia. My God. Oh, my God. Then just burned them off. You would. Cosworth engine in Anglia. It's wonder you could keep it in a straight line. My gosh. Love the lawnmower videos. They turned out really well. Thank you so much. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Sorry about the trolls. I think I know who one of them is. I'll get hold of him tomorrow and maybe ring his parents up. Just say time to knock it off because I'm pretty sure I know who that was. There's a few though, but it doesn't matter. We had a good talk anyway. We managed to ignore them and make them go away. So thanks again. I shall see you soon.